Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics, but there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. All games might count the same, but some carry a little more juice. And when you get to this point in the season, a couple of teams in the top 10 fighting for their playoff lives and positioning, this one feels a little special. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Washington Huskies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. The inside handoff. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The option look. He'll pitch it. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. He's moving out of the pocket. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
The getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. This time it's complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Caught behind the line. It's Carroll. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, SMU!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And the point after is good.
SMU 7, Washington 0.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, 1st down. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Finds the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now
oh, look out, there he goes! And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Got it behind the line. It's Williams. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Hand off from the shotgun. Tackle is made after the first down.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, we talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had in these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And this guy has been so important to this defense, the way he plays on the back end. Top 10 in the nation in interceptions. He just has a feel and reads the quarterback's eyes. He almost picked that last one off.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. It's good. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go to the ground. Got room at the 35. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. He's now up to 66 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Might be looking to run. And the ball's loose in the backfield. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate.
Now this is a practices making catches in traffic, and they're used to having guys trying to rip it free. He's got to do a better job of keeping 5 points of pressure after he makes the catch. That's a costly giveaway.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella.
And he showed off that stiff arm as he had a decent run.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Green. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Washington wants to go quickly. The aerial assault continues. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Caught over the middle, it's Williams. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Handoff to the single back. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. He's piled up 76 yards on the ground in this one and now sets his sights on a 1,000-yard season. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Keeps it on the bootleg. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
Off play action on first down. Gonna take a shot. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Discards a man. Across. And another broken tackle. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Gonna run it. It's Wheaton. And he's got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Looking to throw on second down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Makes the grab. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
With the catch, it's Green. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Williams. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. The Huskies in the hurry up. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Lets it go to the end zone. And the ball is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Offense gets set for second down. Leaves it with the running back. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. On the option. Now the toss. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
With the score, SMU 14, Washington 3.
And the Mustangs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Off the boot, looking for his man. The throw. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception, you turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is an absolute disaster to start the second half.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. Now improvising. It's complete. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Trying to bully their way in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had, and the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
He'll start the return inside his 5. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarter.
Oh, look out! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now, is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Off the play fake on first down. Got his man on the right. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. And the Huskies headed quickly to the line. He wants to throw here on second down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll run for it on third and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Open runway ahead. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Into the house. Touchdown, Huskies. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to.
Black 24, green 25.
Snap in the shotgun. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. He'll pull it down and run. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
The Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Trying to get to it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
2nd down coming up. Wide out in motion. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Dances away to buy time. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I've got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
Leaves it with the back. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
He's right on target. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
SMU 21, Washington 11.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. With the run on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
28, Washington 11.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Kick this one away.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. and Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because
The expressway is wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. They want to throw it. They're trying to get to it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Washington. That's the kind of skill that makes guys stars. The improvisational skills, the blinding speed, the ability to make the big play and make defenses look sick.
Just straight simple. I mean, what do you want me to do? You put a guy that's that athletic, that fast, at the quarterback spot. Now you're telling me to defend the run, defend the pass, defend the scrambles. I mean, goodness gracious, I don't know what you want a defense to do. There's no stopping that guy.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. On the option. Running with power. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He'll ride his man on the option. Across the 45. Off he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Mustangs! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
Yeah, dude, if I'm a DC, I'm throwing my clipboard. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable, having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50+ and make it look that easy. You stop.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 18.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Gets it to the back. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Washington right back to the line.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Dialing up a second down pass play. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Defense in press coverage. On the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Fast motion from the offense. Dropping back, it's Jennings. He finds a soft spot in the middle. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
And the Mustangs have pushed it inside the 20. Running back searching for a hole. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. The last thing you want to do here is give up a big return, pin them back, and then the defense can just stop them from scoring a touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe...
Can anyone catch him? A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Huskies!
How about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Goes to the option. Into the end zone for the 2, and now it's a 12-point game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the offense on first down. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA